If you didn't know, Wisp at this point has a somewhat cult-like following in Warframe. I know, insane, right? Now you may be thinking, why is Wisp such a popular sought-after Warframe? Is it that her kit is really useful? I mean, it is, but no, that's not the reason. Is it that, like, maybe one of her abilities is just god tier? Some, could be considered that. Sure, she's very useful and has a very great utility, so definitely not a bad Warframe. But no, she is currently the #1 simped after Warframe in the game, hilariously enough. I have her default helmet on, everyone hates it. I don't have another helmet though, so I get bullied a lot, but this is Wisp. She is a fan favorite right now, half because of her ass, half because she's an actually good Warframe. Okay, the Warframe community, a little weird sometimes, but that's okay. So this is my general fashion for my Wisp. I think I did pretty good for someone who generally just messes around with fashion, but let me know what you think. Send me your Wisp fashion, I'm kind of curious. So I think today we'll go over Wisp. We'll go over her abilities, her build, quickly take her out in a mission to just take a look at her. I did recently just create another Wisp video, so I was gonna post this a couple days later, and you never quite know what's gonna happen. So let's take a look. Wisp, all in all, is a pretty cool Warframe. I don't know if you can see, no feet, she is a Wisp after all. Fat butt that people for some reason are actually obsessed with. Like, I mean, okay, whatever, man. So let's look at her abilities first. Her passive, flowing between dimensions, Wisp becomes invisible to enemies while in the air. So if you're just constantly in the air, you're gonna have a good time being invisible. That's why you get like that kind of aura around her when jumping. See, like the orange energy, well, depending on what your color is. And her first ability, Reservoir. So this is essentially just the buffer, just buffs, right? It has 3 separate toggles, right? Let's read through it. Choose and summon a reservoir filled with motes that attach to and aid Wisp and her allies. Haste mote grants increased movement speed, attack speed. Vitality mote increases maximum health and heals over time. Shock mote stuns nearby enemies. Yeah, pretty crazy. So I've essentially made Wisp just good in every regard. As you can see, she just buffs, right? Increased attack, increased damage, increased health. She is a good utility Warframe and buffer Warframe for her first ability. It's just really good. It has a decent enough range that allies can just quickly swap on by and pick it up, so honestly, it's really good. Second ability, Will-O-Wisp. Cast forward a spectral image of Wisp to confuse and distract enemies. Reactivate to travel to its position. Hold to have the image travel faster and teleport to its position on release. I mean, it has an invulnerability state. It's useful in that regard. May not find a ton of use for it other than that, but with augment mods, anything's possible, right? I don't have many augment mods, nor have I fully modded for them yet, so in due time. But it's pretty fun to use here and there. Breach Surge. Open a dimensional breach to overwhelm nearby enemies and cause them to release aggressive surge sparks when damaged. Wisp may also target a reservoir to teleport to it and double the range of the surge. So Breach Surge should be used in conjunction with Reservoir to increase the range clearly. And it's just good. It's a straight damage multiplier. If you look at that, 3.28 times damage multiplier, 32% status chance. Yeah, it's clearly insanely useful. So Wisp is just a very good Warframe, right? No matter what people say, other than the fact that people simp over her for having, I guess, the fattest ass in all of Warframe, she is actually a legitimately good Warframe, okay? This just, goddammit, she has a weird cult-like following and the internet's an insane place. And her final ability, Soulgate, also known as Kamehameha. Call it what you will. Open a portal to the sun to irradiate enemies with a devastating beam of pure solar plasma. Hold fire to double damage at the cost of increased energy consumption. For the duration of an attack, enemies damaged by Soulgate are increasingly more vulnerable to it. Yeah, so you can just honestly build Wisp however you want. I like to build her jack of all trades because she's useful for all of her abilities mainly. Soulgate, good damage. Look at that, radiation, fire, good, does decent enough, increases over time. Then she has Breach Surge for just increased damage, Reservoirs for just buffs. She is a good Warframe, okay? And this is what I currently have thrown on her. Don't get me wrong, I don't have her built completely overpowered or anything like that, okay? I just have a decent enough, good enough build. I have the full Umbrals except armor because who needs it on Wisp when she can go invisible, right? So Umbral, Intensify, and Vitality. You don't even really need this, but I just kind of want it, right? Just in case, I don't like dying. Prime Continuity because duration is lovely. I'll upgrade it all eventually. Adaptation, it's just good, just in case. I don't want to die if I run into like arbitrations or anything, so yeah, why not? Streamline for more efficiency, just so that when I have to use generally Soulgate, I won't get ran out of energy too fast, but that's just if I want to use that a lot, because Reservoirs has a really high duration, so it won't burn a lot of energy. Same with Breach Surge, has a decently long duration. And then I just have Augur Secrets, Augur, Stretch, just general mods. You can definitely replace and throw around whatever you want. Trust me, this isn't like endgame best build possible, okay? Get out of here with that shit. No. This is just like a decent enough build I threw together, and I've had no problems. Like, Wisp is just such a good Warframe that you don't really need to go min-max a build, throw a bunch of forma on her whatsoever in order to make her really good, useful, and strong. So let's quickly take her out to a mission, just see how she does. So I mean, realistically, you can take her to any type of mission. There's not really a huge one to take her to though, because a lot of her usefulness becomes her buffing. So I'm just gonna throw on a mission. I wanna see on the Steel Path mission, I usually throw these on, how fast she can actually kill the enemies with her Soulgate with just my pretty dog shit build, okay? I'll throw on some buffs and just see how she does. I'll probably die here and there just because I'm solo. I'm not gonna take advantage of my invulnerability state too much. I'm just gonna chill, okay? Wisp is a cool Warframe like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's do this. So, as you can see, just right off the bat, her Soulgate, it's not like insanely high damage, okay? It's decent enough to irradiate them, throw on radiation and heat procs, but realistically, it's not incredibly high damage, okay? So chances are you're gonna be using your melee to do more damage there. It's very good for, you know, earlier on, but unless you're actually modding specifically for that ability, it's not going to be your bread and butter, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's good, it's just not going to be the ability that kills all of the enemies. Because look at that. That's just a trooper, right? I need more energy. And he doesn't even take that much damage. Of course, they are just so much armor, so different enemies, you'll have different results. So, all in all, she is definitely really good for Steel Path. No, you're never going to have any issues if you're running Wisp in Steel Path. You'll only really have issues if you want to be a Kamehameha Soulgate Overlord who just wants to irradiate everyone with the sun. But all in all, Wisp is definitely really good. You should definitely check her out in Farmer if you have unlocked the node or the Rope of Law list to actually get her. If not, in due time. She's a good Warframe, definitely useful abilities. I haven't even used Breach Surge, so clearly you don't even need to, like, min-max her. Because once you start using Breach Surge and the damage starts coming out, yeah, you'll be good. Fun Warframe. So, yeah, get her if you want her. I definitely recommend it. Don't become one of the weird simps over her. Just, you know, she's a good Warframe, okay? She's a good Warframe. So, I would always pick her up. Also, she is irrefutably one of the more beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, good to fashion frame Warframes, so do what you will. I love her. The wings look beautiful on her, and I think I'm probably going to keep my fashion frame on her for ages, so thank you guys for watching. If you want, subscribe, check out my links. I have a link tree. You can check out all of my social medias, Amazon, affiliate links, etc. So thank you guys for being here. I'll see you next time. Peace.